Hey guys and girls, it's Blackjack with 396 Guitars. We have the Steinberger Spirit back on the bench. This is episode 2. We did some investigation. I don't believe that this guitar needs a pickup upgrade. There are some things that are available for it, but I'm going to recommend that a customer leaves it like it is. I think he's throwing good money after bad. This thing thumps, and I know it's going to play really well once I get done with it. So let's get to work. And remember, if you dig what I'm doing, like and subscribe. Is my wire not cooperating? Get this in the film. Sorry about that, folks. Here we go. I got it pretty close. I'm just finishing up the fret erasers. I just wanted to clean up the frets a little bit. We're going to oil the board as usual. And then I want to take the tuners out, the tuning machines here, and just lube the threads a little bit because they're really, really stiff when there's spring tension. And while I have the strings off, I'm going to put a little bit of lube on there. I like this guitar. It's neat. It screams the 80s, as I said before. But it's a pretty good little thumper. I mean, it was in rough shape when I got it, unplayable. Not rough shape physically, but mechanically. Your headphones. Eraser is good stuff, but it does make a little bit of a mess. But it makes quick work of cleaning up the frets. What the hell is the problem here? Come on. Really? Open and shut this thing a million times enough today it wants to give me a hard time. What could it be? What could it be? I don't know. Sometimes things just don't want to work. The usual routine. You know, I do this on almost every guitar because you never know how long it's been since it was done, and now is the time to do it. And this is ebony board, so you can't really tell if it's super dry, but I'm not even going to guess at it. I'm just going to do it. See the tarnish coming off of the fret wires because we cleaned them up really well. A lot of stuff on there. And that's why I do this exercise, because of that. You see it comes right off. Once you sand them down and clean them up a little bit with the erasers, and you clean them off. That's going to look nicer. So I'm going to let that sit on there a little bit while I am going to pull these tuners out of here one at a time and just put a dollop of lube on there. I don't see any reason why not to, because yeah, really stiff before. It doesn't take much. I can feel a difference already. It doesn't take much, and I can feel a difference, so just maintenance. Get in there, you. There's a spring in there that, of course, you have to make sure that you get inside that spring when you put it back. get it on here. And these you want to leave them all the way open because we have to restring them. These have to be out mostly where the ball end of the string goes in there. Funky setup. Pretty ingenious design. If I do say so my damn self. I remember looking at these guitars. The first one I saw back in the first one I saw was in the 80s. I'm going to guess that's when this guitar style was born because that's when I saw it. I didn't think much of it. I go, why? Why would you do that? Well, here it is, decades later, and I'm looking at the guitar with new eyes, and I go, well, you know what? That's actually pretty cool. It's actually pretty cool. I don't think I'd ever own one and play one. I'm a little bit more of a traditionalist, but lots of people do play them, and they found their own niche in modern culture, musical culture, or musical society. Yeah, a lot of stuff came off of that board. And because it's ebony, you can't really see it. So if you don't clean it, you don't know. Basic stuff. Those of you who watch, and by the way, thank you for your support and your comments and your questions. I hope I can always, that's my first and foremost. I want to make sure that I'm hoping that some of you learned something from this stuff. And secondly, thank you for your support. I appreciate that you watch. I also do this for my customers that give me their guitars so that I can work on them and show them what is actually being done. Some people can't hang around while I'm working on their guitar. Some people don't want to. They don't care. I used to hang around when I had the time. I would usually just hand off my bass to the guitar tech and go about my business. Which back in the day was usually getting drunk, spending time with the ladies, and some other bad stuff that I wouldn't trade anything in the world for. Great memories. But you grow up. Sooner or later, we all got to grow up a little bit. Those days are gone. I still play in a band. Still like to rock. Just a little bit more grown-up attitude, I guess. Call it what you want. You follow? Well, it takes a minute to do this usually, unless you got a really grungy guitar. If it's a really grungy guitar, I charge extra for that, but not this one. It's not that bad. But I'm still going to clean it. And we're also going to put this cover back on since we got that repaired. And it is tight now, which I'm happy about. Did some repairs on the output jack. I'm going to make this little guy thump again. I remember when I first saw these, I go, how can it be as powerful? How can it be so small? Because I equated the size of the bass guitar with the amount of sound that was coming out of it. Little did I know. 40-something years ago. But I know it has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with the electronics and the way it's wired. Now, couldn't find a whole lot online, and I usually steer clear of online forums, but this has what I believe to be a type of humbucker in it under these covers. Well, everything that I found led me to that, but who knows for real unless you take them off and take them all apart. We had this one out just to look at it and inspect it, but you can't. They're sealed. You can get it apart, but once you do, it ain't going back together. Not the way it ever was. So I made an executive decision to leave it. I did some poking around and trying to find replacement pickups for it, but there really isn't anything that says, yes, replacement pickup for Steinberger Spirit bass. I can make some calls to some other people who would probably get me an answer. But as I said, I don't think this guitar needs different pickups. Pretty neat. Ball goes in there. I think that's my A string, is it? You can just look at these. They're not like a guitar string where I have to measure them. My balls ain't what they used to be. That's got to be in there pretty straight. This one will go in and find purchase wherever it does. Oh, and by the way, these are moving way smoother. They were really sticky when I got it. Now, maybe once we get real tension on them, they might get a little wonky again. I don't know. They don't seem that bad. They seem better. They seem to be better. I got to tell you, stringing it is a lot faster than doing a conventional bass with a headstock and winding the strings and all that good stuff. It goes pretty quick. On this end, they have to lay flat. It's the only way they'll go in the saddle, or the string catch, the hole in the bridge. But up here, they go in whichever way they'll catch, and then they find purchase. Let's plug it in, let's tune it up, and see how those tuners feel first and foremost. And see if our adjustments from the other day are holding. Still reaching for the headstock. That's funny. The tuners definitely feel better, but they're still if it has a fallback or a downside, it's these tuners. I don't know. Maybe that's just the way they always were. You can hear it clicking. It's like sticks and then it goes. Yeah. Conventional tuners don't do that. At least mine don't. I use shallers on most of my guitars. I recommend them to my customers who are switching out, but they don't always go with them. We put a set of badass tuners on the PJ build. Come on, baby. We're looking for D as in David. I gotta say though, once you get it dialed in, it stays there. Stand by. I know this is the tedious part of watching my videos sometimes. But tis what it is. I was interviewing and, well, more training a roadie and crew member yesterday for my band. Very eager participant, wants to be part of the rock and roll live experience. He has no experience in that arena for the most part and showed some interest, so I'm going to oblige him. All right, so strung up, tuned up. Remember, these are the strings that were on there. I don't even think they need to be changed. Once I really started looking at them, I realized they're not that bad. They're actually in pretty good shape. A little stiff. Yeah, it's a little stiff. I think we're going to loosen it a little bit. First, we're going to back this camera up slightly. I believe it was a 4mm. Let's tighten her up. Well, it wants more relief, and the weird thing is we're getting some relief way down here, but not up here where we need it. Let's measure that. It does have a two-way truss rod in it. You gotta love that for the ultimate adjustability. Perfect. That is perfect. I can dig on that. Still reaching for the headstock. I guess I have a learning disability. We had a lot of buzzing before. Like when you would fret here in the money zone, we were getting a lot of buzz. I mean, severe buzz. Once I adjusted the neck relief, which I just adjusted it again because it probably hadn't been changed in decades. We're not getting any buzzing up there where we used to. I want to double check the string height. We did adjust that before, but now that we just adjusted the truss rod again, I'm going to guess that that went out slightly. I got the wrong glasses here. Oh yeah, we got to come down a lot. Okay, stand by. Right back. So on this bridge, there's a locking screw here to unlock all the saddles. You unlock that, and then you can lower your action or raise your action. We're going to lower down quite a bit. And then remeasure. Let's just take a look at that. Let's see, I lowered them all down quite a bit. We put more neck relief in, so it gave us string action that was unacceptable. A is good. D is good. G is a little high. There we go. Now the E still needs to come down. Try to get in the video here. I like that. And once you get them set where you like them, you lock it down. Tune it up. See, reaching for the headstock. That it's a little sharp, but oh, nope, they're all good. Okay, intonation's good. We know we have our string height where we want it. Let's make sure again after we tuned up tension on it. We should still be good. Yeah, 5. Like it. Uh-oh. What happened there? D string changed. Sorry about my head. It shouldn't have, but it did probably when we tightened it up for some reason. Let's see if it changes now. Oh, perfect. See, fine tuning. I like it. Probably gonna have to wipe it down again. Got fingerprints all over it. Let's see what this thing sounds like. I like it. Not bad. It's hard to play for me because I'm so used to. That's a little better. That's a little better. You're holding it in your lap. Nice punchy. Off camera, I'm going to plug it into my Rode rig and see what it really sounds like at volume. But we're done with it. I like it. I think the guitar stands fine the way it is. I think throwing, hot rod pickup money at it is not a waste of money. I would never say that, but I don't think it needs it. Honestly, I don't think it needs it. Sorry about that. I'm just wiping it down. I always forget to change my camera angle. It's Blackjack with 396 guitars. Thanks for hanging in there. Steinberger Spirit by Steinberger bass guitar. I ran the numbers on it the other day. You know what it's like when you run serial numbers looking for year, make, model, all that stuff with guitars. I came up with a 0 on that, but I didn't waste a lot of time doing it. Very interesting instrument. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. We'll talk soon.